Rob Clayton, congratulations. Not the WAC champion, but I think maybe closer to WAC champion than many people thought you would be. All of your swimmers performed so well.
We were outstanding. It was a terrific meet for us. And, you know, there are times when you win and it's fabulous. It's fun to win. And for us to win any year, we've got to be amazing. But this group exceeded everyone's expectations. And to a person, I think exceeded their individual expectations in terms of performance at the conference championship. So we didn't win, but we were clearly the top performing team in terms of the athletes we have and everybody improving. You know, everybody did season best. That's just a given for our program. It's not across the NCAA though, and then we finished with lifetime best too, pretty much per every person, mostly every swim, and then you know just some amazing swims. Those those four seniors, all of them going out with lifetime best, and you know so many times again across the NCAA you see guys just kind of finish out their career. But our guys finished out with their very best swims in their very last meet. You know, it was just an incredible performance. And then, you know, obviously Wen Zhang, I mean, you can't go too far without noticing just the impact he's having, certainly on our program, but on the conference and, you know, hopefully on a national scene coming up in just a month. You know, Brian, in a conference meet, you have right on 100 swims. And so out of those, probably 90 of them were very, very good. You know, there are some that stand out, though. You know, the Logan Davis, 200 IM prelims, throwing down a best time. He's just hung in there. Year after year, persevered, and really just had a great meet to finish up. The 200 free relay, we actually didn't win the relay. Got a school record by half a second, but man, it was wire to wire, 3 teams, and we all touched almost simultaneously, and we ended up third, but wow, what an incredible race. You know, both fly events. You know, we have Affman, Armbruster, Plute, Limpert. We've got Shepard in the 100 fly, and then we throw in Grimm and Davis in the 200 fly. Those guys were phenomenal. We put 5 guys up in the 200 fly. Nobody does that, and certainly, you know, we were close to having a 6th guy up in that 200 fly, but you know, those guys really all year long. We've kind of saw it building, saw it coming. You know, Joseph Moore had an incredible meet. All 3, you know, lifetime best, swam in A final in that 400 IM, you know, threw down top 10 times all across the board. And then, you know, Corey Shepard, school record in the 50 free, and dropped it significantly faster than our school record had been. And then, of course, he anchors relays and does such a tremendous job there. Andrew Limpert, under 20 seconds for the first time in his life in the 50 free lifetime best in the 100 fly. You know, just on. And it was a whole weekend like that. And then there's some hidden stories, you know, the ones that you can't tell when you look at the results. A Gabe Bartolome who was a little under the weather, didn't feel well, it was a little off, and yet came through with best time, swam in 2A finals, had a great meet. And Tori Bartlett, who you know, had some disappointing swims for him, and really, you know, for a very significantly picked himself up off the ground and went in there. And that final of the 200 breaststroke was just amazing. And then finally, Chris Lindley in the mile. Not quite his best time, but coming back after shoulder surgery, and Coach B just really gave him some outstanding coaching and some things, and one thing in particular to focus on in the race. Chris went out and executed, and I think, I mean, we'll have no way to prove this, but I think he was 15 to 20 seconds faster than he would have been had Coach not really gotten into his head and gave him a very tangible focus for that event. But It was a weekend where we talk about celebrating. It was a celebration of all the great work these guys have done this year.
I know the seniors now are gone, and they did great with their personal bests. What does this do for the future of Air Force men's swimming, the fact that you performed so well, you were able to peak when you wanted to peak?
Yeah, and we have, that's kind of one of the things we pride ourselves in, year in and year out. We invest all year long, and have some weekends where we're like, oh boy, that wasn't that great, or that team that really isn't as good as we are, we're able to, swim with us or whatever. But, at the end of the day, what matters is what you do at the end of February. And we talk about that all the time. We don't compromise at all during the year. And, it's increasingly becomes challenging as we get more and more information about how fast everyone swims all year long, and what this team is doing in that team. But, we were able to stay focused. We were able to do our best when it counted. And, we're just not going to change what we do. And what that means, you look at our seniors were outstanding, but we had some young guys that were amazing. Tommy Nagle got 2 NCAA B cuts in the breaststrokes, had like a 7-second drop in a year in his 200 breaststroke. John Plute swam in an A final. Just across the board, our freshmen swam very well as well.
You mentioned NCAA B cuts. Who all will be moving on, doing more as we go?
Well, Adam Grimm was outstanding. Couple school records. He's going to be just outside of making the meet. When is the one who will swim at the NCAA championships? And right now he's number 6, number 8 in the country right now. And if he stands up and does that time again, he should make the A final, which should finish top 8. It's probably the toughest meet every year to go and improve your times. And we've been able to do that with the swimmers we've taken to the championship. So if we can figure out how to help Wen be a little faster, then it should be very exciting in Atlanta.
And he's not done here. He will be back for your team next season. How do you keep someone from getting a large head, so to speak?
Yeah, he's unique. We've never really worried about that with Wen. He's very grounded. He probably his parents kept reminding him where he was from, as he was growing up. But he's as grounded as you can get, and he takes all the challenges at the Air Force Academy, school, military, etc., and works hard to be successful in every area. And he knows how he got here, and he knows what it takes to get to the next level. And he's hungry. We started training yesterday for the NCAAs, and there's no sitting back on, hey, I had a great meet, and let's just kind of go have a fun experience. And there's none of that. There's let's go win. Let's go race all the big names, all the names everyone's heard of in the sport. There will be Olympians in his event. He'll be racing guys who were on Team USA. They'll be in the lane right next to him. And, the great thing about Wen is he's fearless. He is not at all concerned about, what someone says should happen. He's concerned about getting his hand to the wall first and getting up and racing. So that'll be exciting. But, it was an incredible performance, Brian. And boy, I would be amiss if I didn't mention Alex Kenyon. Freshman diver. It was one of the best events at the meet was that 3-meter final on Wednesday night. And the Wyoming diver, who was outstanding all weekend long, was diving before Alex, and he would throw down this dive. The points would flash up there. The Wyoming team would go crazy because there's no way that this freshman from Air Force can hang with him. And Alex stood up there, took his time, did his routine on the board, and just answered dive after dive after dive on that 3 meter. And, the 1 meter, he came up just a few points behind, winning that one as well. So, for a freshman to step in and do that at the conference level, I mean, it's just an amazing, amazing performance for Alex.
And also bodes well, again, for the future. So things looking bright for Air Force men's swimming.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited. We're in a very good place.
Awesome. Rob Clayton, thanks for the time. Congrats again on a great season.
Thanks, Brian.